The Poodle, called the Pudel in German, ʻpuːdl, and the Caniche in French, is a breed of water dog. The breed is divided into 4 varieties based on size: the Standard Poodle, Medium Poodle, Miniature Poodle, and Toy Poodle, although the Medium Poodle is not universally recognized. They have a distinctive thick, curly coat that comes in many colors and patterns, with only solid colors recognized by breed registries. Poodles are active and intelligent, and are particularly able to learn from humans. Poodles tend to live 10–18 years, with smaller varieties tending to live longer than larger ones. The Poodle likely originated in Germany, although the Fédération Cynologique Internationale, FCI, and a minority of cynologists believe it originated in France. Similar dogs date back to at least the 17th century. Larger poodles were originally used by wildfowl hunters to retrieve game from water, while smaller varieties were once commonly used as circus performers. Poodles were recognized by both the Kennel Club of the United Kingdom and the American Kennel Club, AKC, soon after the club's founding. Since the mid-20th century, poodles have enjoyed enormous popularity as pets and show dogs. Poodles were the AKC's most registered breed from 1960 to 1982, and are now the FCI's third most registered breed. Poodles are also common at dog shows, where they often sport the popularly recognized Continental clip, with face and rear clipped close, and tufts of hair on the hocks and tail tip. History: a 17th century engraving of a poodle. Most cynologists believe the poodle originated in Germany in the Middle Ages, from a dog similar to today's Standard Poodle. The poodle was Germany's water dog, just as England had the English Water Spaniel, France the Barbet, Ireland the Irish Water Spaniel, and the Netherlands the Wetterhound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Among the evidence used to support this theory is the Germanic name for the breed, Pudel or ʻpuːdl in German, which is derived from the Low German word Pudeln, meaning to splash. Numerous works by various German artists from as early as the 17th century depict dogs of recognizably poodle type. 1, 2, 3, 5. Some cynologists believe the poodle originated in France, where it is known as the Caniche, and that the breed descends from the Barbet. This view is shared by the Fédération Cynologique Internationale, FCI. 6–7. Others argue that the breed originated in Russia, Piedmont, or Northwest Africa. 4–7. Whatever the poodle's country of origin, both their German and French breed names indicate the modern poodle's ancestors were widely used by waterfowlers both to retrieve shot game and to recover lost arrows and bolts that had missed their mark. 3–4. Size variance. Due to their intelligence, obedient nature, athleticism, and looks, poodles were frequently employed in circuses, particularly in France. 2, 3, 5, 7. In French circuses, poodles were selectively bred down in size to create what is now known as the miniature poodle, which was known as the toy poodle until 1907, as a smaller-sized dog is easier to handle and transport in a traveling circus. 5. As circus performers, the variety was frequently seen performing all manner of tricks, including walking tightropes, acting out comedies, and even performing magic and card tricks. 2, 3, 5. The toy poodle was created at the beginning of the 20th century when breeders again bred miniature poodles down in size to create a popular companion dog. 2, 3, 5. Initially, these efforts resulted in disfigured or misshapen pups, as well as pups with behavioral problems, as a result of irresponsible breeding for dwarfed size only. As new breeding practices were adopted, the variety became set as a toy-sized replica of the original. 2, 3, 5. Later attempts to create an even smaller variety, the teacup poodle, were unable to overcome serious genetic abnormalities and were abandoned. 5. The last of the poodle varieties to be recognized was the Medium Poodle, which in size is midway in between the Standard and the Miniature Poodle. Not universally recognized by the world's kennel clubs, the Medium Poodle is recognized by the FCI and most continental European kennel clubs. 3, 5, 6. One of the reasons for creating this fourth size variety may have been a desire to reduce the number of entries of poodles by variety at conformation shows. 5. Recent history. The poodle was recognized by the Kennel Club of the United Kingdom in 1874, and by the American Kennel Club, AKC, in 1886. Soon after the founding of both clubs. 8. In the United States, poodles were unpopular until 1935, when the Poodle none so Duc de la Terrasse won Best in Show at Westminster 9 afterwards, they rapidly gained prominence, becoming the AKC's most registered breed from 1960 to 1982. Since 1935, Poodles have won Best in Show at Westminster 10 times, the second most of any breed. 11 As of 2012, the Poodle was the third most popular FCI registered breed worldwide, after the Labrador Retriever and German Shepherd, with 118,653 new dogs registered per year from the 25 countries surveyed. 12. Description. Appearance. Black Standard Poodle. The Poodle is an active, athletic breed with the varieties differing mostly by size. The FCI's breed standard states the Standard Poodle stands between 45 and 62 centimeters, 18 and 24 in, the Medium Poodle between 35 and 45 centimeters, 14 and 18 in, the Miniature Poodle between 28 and 35 centimeters, 11 and 14 in, and the Toy Poodle 24 and 28 centimeters, 9.4 and 11.0 in. The kennel clubs which do not recognize the Medium Poodle variety typically have the Standard Poodle between 38 and 60 centimeters, 15 and 24 in, and Miniature Poodle between 28 and 38 centimeters, 11 and 15 in, with the toy variety remaining unchanged. A healthy adult Standard Poodle typically weighs between 20 and 32 kilograms, 44 and 71 pounds, a Medium Poodle between 15 and 19 kilograms, 33 and 42 pounds, a Miniature Poodle between 12 and 14 kilograms, 26 and 31 pounds, and a Toy Poodle between 6.5 and 7.5 kilograms, 14 and 17 pounds. Coat. Poodles have thick, curly coats with harsh fur. A pet owner can anticipate grooming a poodle every 4 to 8 weeks. Poodles are often cited as a hypoallergenic dog breed. Their individual hair follicles have an active growth period that is longer than that of many other breeds, combined with the tightly curled coat, which slows the loss of dander and dead hair by trapping it in the curls. An individual poodle may release less dander and hair into the environment. However, researchers have generally not found a difference in allergens across breeds. Clips and grooming. Miniature Poodle with a Continental clip. The FCI and AKC allows poodles to be shown in the puppy, Continental, lion in the FCI Standard, English Saddle or Sporting, Modern, clip. The FCI additionally recognizes the Scandinavian clip 1718. The most popular in the show ring is the Continental clip, where the face and rear end of the body are clipped, leaving tufts on the hocks and tip of the tail and rosettes on the hips. 1917. A similar clip was historically used to prevent the poodle from getting weighted down by their fur when swimming to retrieve a bird, while still leaving their joints and vital organs covered. Pet poodles are most often clipped similarly to the sporting clip evenly over their entire body, with the face and paws cut shorter. In most cases, whether a poodle is in a pet or show clip, the hair is completely brushed out. Poodle hair can also be corded with rope-like mats similar to those of a common door or human dreadlocks. Though once as common as the curly poodle, corded poodles are now rare. Corded coats are difficult to keep clean and take a long time to dry after washing. Corded poodles may be shown in all major kennel club shows. Colors. The poodle has a wide variety of coloring, including white, black, brown, blue, gray, silver, café au lait, silver beige, cream, apricot, and red, and patterns such as party, abstract, sable, brindle and phantom. 22-23 recognized FCI colorations are black, white, brown, gray, and fawn. 18 Recognition of multicolored poodles varies by registry. They were common historically, but became less popular in the early 1900s, and are excluded from many registries. 24 The American Kennel Club, AKC, recognizes poodles in either solid-colored and multicolored coats. However, only solid-colored poodles may compete in conformation. A party poodle has patches of any other solid color over a primarily white coat. 26 When a party-colored poodle has black and white markings that resemble those of a tuxedo, it is called a tuxedo poodle. 27 An abstract poodle is primarily solid-colored, with patches of white. 26 Phantom Poodles have a solid mane color with a lighter color appearing on their eyebrows, muzzle and throat, legs and feet and below their tail. Phantom Poodles may also have a full face of the secondary color. Elegant, proud, clever. The Poodle is an impressive dog, as the many Best in Show winners from this dog breed can attest. But behind the blue ribbons, impressive hairdos, and regal attitude, you'll find an affectionate family dog with an ancient history and many talents. Poodles are regarded as one of the most intelligent breeds in the world. They're highly trainable and well suited for just about any task you put them to, and you will want to give them tasks to do. Bored poodles can get destructive if they aren't physically and mentally stimulated. But active owners who can meet their dog's needs will find a loving, smart, trainable, and loyal family companion. Advertisement. When considering a poodle, it's advisable to prioritize adopting from rescue organizations or shelters to provide a loving home to a dog in need. However, if you decide to purchase a poodle puppy, it's crucial to choose a reputable breeder. Conduct thorough research to ensure that the breeder follows ethical practices and prioritizes the well-being of their dogs. Reputable poodle breeders prioritize the health and temperament of their dogs, conduct necessary health screenings, and provide a nurturing environment for the puppies. This active approach ensures that you bring home a healthy and happy pup while discouraging unethical breeding practices. Poodle overview. Although today's poodles seem to epitomize a life of leisure and luxury, make no mistake, these are real dogs bred to do real jobs. Although it hardly seems possible when you look at a primped-up poodle in the show ring, the breed was originally a water retriever, a job that requires jumping in the water to fetch waterfowl for hunters. In fact, the English name poodle is derived from the German word ʻpuːdl, or ʻpuːdlen, which means to splash in the water. And in France, poodles are called caniche, a name derived from chien canard, meaning duck dog. Even the elaborate coat styling that the breed's known for once had a practical purpose. Trimmed areas lightened the weight of the dog's coat and wouldn't snag on underwater debris, while long hair around the joints and vital organs protected the dog from the cold water. There are 3 sizes of poodle, all considered part of the same breed, going from smallest to largest. These are the toy, the miniature, and the standard. The standard is probably the oldest of the 3 varieties, and some still carry on the poodle tradition of working as a water retriever. No matter the size, poodles are renowned for a playful but dignified personality and keen intelligence. When it comes to training, this is an A student, and the poodle excels at performance sports such as obedience, agility, and hunt tests. Despite his regal air, the poodle is no snob. These are people-friendly dogs who want to stay close to their families. They get lonely when left by themselves for long periods and are always up for a good game. Poodle highlights. Versatile sizes. Poodles come in 3 sizes: standard, miniature, and toy, offering options for different living situations and lifestyles. Intelligence. Poodles are renowned for their exceptional intelligence, making them quick learners and highly trainable dogs. Hypoallergenic coat. Their curly, dense coat is hypoallergenic, which can be ideal for allergy sufferers. Elegance. Poodles are often associated with elegance and grace, known for their regal appearance. Work and play. They are versatile dogs, excelling in various roles, from companionship and performance to working as water retrievers and hunting dogs. Active lifestyle. Poodles have high energy levels and require regular exercise, making them great for active individuals and families. Social nature. They are sociable and often get along well with other pets and people, making them excellent family dogs. Grooming. Poodles' coats require regular maintenance but come in various styles, from the traditional poodle cut to more modern grooming choices. Longevity. With proper care, poodles typically enjoy a long lifespan, often reaching 12 to 15 years. Celebrity companions. Many celebrities have shared their lives with poodles, further emphasizing their appeal as beloved and iconic pets. Poodle history. The poodle is one of the oldest breeds developed especially for hunting waterfowl. Most historians agree that the poodle originated in Germany, but developed into his own distinct breed in France. Many believe that the breed is the result of crosses between several European water dogs, including Spanish, Portuguese, French, German, Hungarian, and Russian water dogs. Other historians think that one of the poodle's ancestors is the North African barbet, which was imported to the Iberian Peninsula. After that, the breed arrived in Gaul where it was used for his hunting abilities. It's also commonly believed that poodles descended from Asian herding dogs, and then traveled with the Germanic Goth and Ostrogoth tribes to eventually become a German water dog. Yet another theory is that the poodle descended from dogs that were brought out of the Asian steppes by the conquering North African Berbers and eventually found his way into Portugal in the 8th century with the Moors. Whatever its ancestry, this is a very old breed. Illustrations of poodle-like dogs adorn Egyptian and Roman artifacts and tombs dating from the 1st centuries BC. The drawings and statues show dogs that look very much like modern-day poodles, bringing in game nets, herding animals, and retrieving game from marshes. Although some say that the miniature and toy poodles emerged shortly after the standard, many believe it wasn't until the 1400s that breeders began producing smaller versions of the poodle, first the miniature, then the toy, to delight the Parisian bourgeois. The toy and miniature varieties were created by breeding small poodles to each other, not by breeding poodles to smaller breeds. The French used the larger standard poodle for duck hunting, and the mid-sized miniature poodle to sniff out truffles in the woods. The tiny toy poodle's main job, on the other hand, was to serve as a companion to the nobility and wealthy merchant class. Well-to-do owners in the Renaissance often carried their toy poodles in their large shirt sleeves, leading to the nickname sleeve dogs. Gypsies and traveling performers learned that poodles excelled in another canine profession, circus dog. They trained poodles to perform tricks, dressing them in costumes and sculpting their coats into fanciful shapes to add to their stage appeal. Wealthy patrons took note and started clipping, decorating, and even dyeing their own poodle companions. The Kennel Club in England registered their first poodle in 1874, with the first British club for poodle fanciers arriving on the scene 2 years later. It's not known for sure when poodles arrived in the US, but the American Kennel Club registered their first poodle in 1886. The Poodle Club of America was founded in 1896, but disbanded shortly thereafter. Poodle enthusiasts re-established the club in 1931. Poodles were fairly rare in the US until after World War II. By the mid-1950s, however, the poodle had become the most popular breed in the country, a position he held for more than 20 years. Poodle size. There are 3 sizes of poodle: toy, miniature, and standard. These aren't different breeds, just different sizes of the same dog. The toy poodle stands up to 10 inches tall, and weighs about 6 to 9 pounds. The miniature poodle stands 11 to 15 inches tall and weighs 15 to 17 pounds. The standard poodle stands 15 inches and taller, usually 22 inches, males weigh 45 to 70 pounds and females weigh 45 to 60 pounds. Poodle personality. Intelligent, loving, loyal, and mischievous are 4 words poodle enthusiasts commonly use to describe the breed's personality. The poodle is also known for what his fans call an air of distinction, a dignified attitude that's hard to describe, but easy to spot in the dog. Despite his regal appearance, the poodle has a goofy streak and loves to play. He's always up for a game of any kind. He's also very fond of people and eager to please. Combine that with his legendary intelligence, and you've got a dog that's highly trainable. A good poodle who's been taught canine manners has a calm disposition, especially if he gets regular exercise to burn off his natural energy. Some owners and breeders think the smaller toy and miniature poodles are a bit more high-strung than the standard. However, other breeders and owners disagree with this theory. The poodle is protective of his home and family, and if strangers approach your house, he'll sound a warning bark to let you know. And although he's affectionate with his family, he may take a while to warm up to new people. An outstanding trait of the poodle is his intelligence. He is often said to have human-like intelligence, an amazing cleverness that astounds his owners. Of course, smart dogs can be difficult to live with. They learn fast good habits and bad, and they remember everything. Poodle health. Poodles are generally healthy, but like all breeds, they're prone to certain health conditions. Not all poodles will get any or all of these diseases, but it's important to be aware of them if you're considering this breed. If you're buying a puppy, find a good breeder who will show you health clearances for both your puppy's parents. Health clearances prove that a dog has been tested for and cleared of a particular condition. In poodles, you should expect to see health clearances from the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, OFA, for hip dysplasia, with a score of fair or better, elbow dysplasia, hypothyroidism, and von Willebrandt's disease, from Auburn University for thrombopathia, and from the Canine Eye Registry Foundation, CERF, certifying that eyes are normal. You can confirm health clearances by checking the OFA website, ofa.org. Addison's disease, also known as hypoadrenocorticism, this extremely serious condition is caused by an insufficient production of adrenal hormones by the adrenal gland. Most dogs with Addison's disease vomit, have a poor appetite, and lethargy. Because these signs are vague and can be mistaken for other conditions, it's easy to miss this disease as a diagnosis until it reaches more advanced stages. More severe signs occur when a dog is stressed or when potassium levels get high enough to interfere with heart function, causing severe shock and death. If Addison's is suspected, your vet may perform a series of tests to confirm the diagnosis. Gastric dilatation volvulus, commonly called bloat, this is a life-threatening condition that affects large, deep-chested dogs like poodles, especially if they are fed one large meal a day, eat rapidly, drink large volumes of water after eating, and exercise vigorously after eating. Bloat occurs when the stomach is distended with gas or air and then twists. The dog is unable to belch or vomit to rid itself of the excess air in its stomach, and the normal return of blood to the heart is impeded. Blood pressure drops and the dog goes into shock. Without immediate medical attention, the dog can die. Suspect bloat if your dog has a distended abdomen, is salivating excessively and retching without throwing up. He also may be restless, depressed, lethargic, and weak with a rapid heart rate. It's important to get your dog to the vet as soon as possible. Cushing's disease, hyperadrenocorticism. This condition occurs when the body produces too much cortisol. It can be due to an imbalance of the pituitary or adrenal gland, or it can occur when a dog has too much cortisol resulting from other conditions. Common signs are excessive drinking and urination. If your poodle exhibits these two symptoms, take it to the veterinarian. There are treatments to help with this disease, including surgery and medication. Epilepsy, a common cause of seizures in all varieties of poodles, is idiopathic epilepsy. It often is inherited and can cause mild or severe seizures. Seizures may be exhibited by unusual behavior, such as running frantically as if being chased, staggering, or hiding. Seizures are frightening to watch, but the long-term prognosis for dogs with idiopathic epilepsy is generally very good. It's important to remember that seizures can be caused by many other things than idiopathic epilepsy, such as metabolic disorders, infectious diseases that affect the brain, tumors, exposure to poisons, severe head injuries, and more. Therefore, if your poodle has seizures, it's important to take him to the vet right away for a checkup. Hip dysplasia, when the hip socket is poorly formed or the ligaments are loose enough to allow the ball of the thigh bone, femur, to slide part of the way out of the hip socket, it's called dysplastic. Canine hip dysplasia is inherited, with environmental factors sometimes playing a large part in its development. Over time, there is degeneration of the joint that can cause arthritis and pain, even lameness. Excess weight, excessive or prolonged exercise before maturity, a fast growth rate, and high-calorie or supplemented diets can contribute to the development of canine hip dysplasia. Veterinary care includes nutritional supplements, medication and, in some cases, surgery. Hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism is caused by an underactive thyroid gland. It's thought to be responsible for conditions such as epilepsy, hair loss, obesity, lethargy, hyperpigmentation, pyoderma, and other skin conditions. Leg-Purta's disease, this is another disease involving the hip joint. Many toy breeds are prone to this condition. When your poodle has leg ഃpuːdl, the blood supply to the head of the femur, the large rear leg bone, is decreased, and the head of the femur that connects to the pelvis begins to disintegrate. Usually, the first signs of leg ঃpuːdl, limping and atrophy of the leg muscle, occur when puppies are 4 to 6 months old. The condition can be corrected with surgery to cut off the diseased femur so that it isn't attached to the pelvis any longer. The scar tissue that results from the surgery creates a false joint and the puppy is usually pain-free. Patellar luxation, the patella is the kneecap. Luxation means dislocation of an anatomical part, as a bone at a joint. Patellar luxation is when the knee joint, often of a hind leg, slides in and out of place, causing pain. This can be crippling, but many dogs lead relatively normal lives with this condition. Progressive retinal atrophy, PRA is a family of eye diseases that involves the gradual deterioration of the retina. Early in the disease, affected dogs become night blind. As the disease progresses, they lose sight during the day. Many affected dogs adapt to their limited or loss of vision very well, as long as the surroundings remain the same. Optic nerve hypoplasia, this condition is a congenital failure of development of the optic nerve. It causes blindness and abnormal pupil response in the affected eye. Sebaceous adenitis, SASA is a serious problem in poodles, especially standards. It's estimated that 50% of all standard poodles are carriers, or affected. This genetic condition is difficult to diagnose and often is mistaken for hypothyroidism, allergies, or other conditions. When a dog has SA, the sebaceous glands in the skin become inflamed for unknown reasons, and are eventually destroyed. These glands typically produce sebum, a fatty secretion that aids in preventing drying of the skin. It's usually first noticed when the dog is from 1 to 5 years old. Affected dogs typically have dry, scaly skin with hair loss on top of the head, neck, and back. Severely affected dogs can have thickened skin and an unpleasant odor, along with secondary skin infections. Although the problem is primarily cosmetic, it can be uncomfortable for the dog. Your vet will perform a biopsy of the skin if SA is suspected. Treatment options vary. Von Willebrand's disease, this is an inherited blood disorder that interferes with the blood's ability to clot. The main symptom is excessive bleeding after an injury or surgery. Other symptoms include nosebleeds, bleeding gums, or bleeding in the stomach or intestines. There is no cure, and a blood transfusion from the blood of normal dogs is currently the only treatment. Research is underway for new treatments, including medication. Most dogs with von Willebrand's disease can lead normal lives. A vet can test your dog for the condition. Dogs with this condition should not be bred. Poodle care. Poodles do just fine in any type of home, from apartments to estates, so long as they have regular exercise and plenty of human companionship. They prefer to live indoors with the family, particularly the smaller toy and miniature poodles, since they have no trouble getting their yayas out in the house. This intelligent breed learns quickly, but owners should be careful. It's as easy to accidentally teach your poodle bad habits as it is to teach him good ones, so if you're new to dogs, sign up for an obedience class with a skilled trainer. That goes for toy and miniature poodles as well. Many owners of small dogs skip training, and wind up with a badly behaved dog. Poodle feeding. Recommended daily amount, standards, 1.5 to 3 cups of high-quality dry food a day, divided into 2 meals, miniatures, 3/4 to 1 cup, toys, 1/4 to 1/2 cup. How much your adult dog eats depends on his size, age, build, metabolism, and activity level. Dogs are individuals, just like people, and they don't all need the same amount of food. It almost goes without saying that a highly active dog will need more than a couch potato dog. The quality of dog food you buy also makes a difference. The better the dog food, the further it will go toward nourishing your dog and the less of it you'll need to shake into your dog's bowl. Like any breed, the poodle will pack on weight if he's overfed, which can cause joint problems and other health woes. Limit treats, keep him active, and feed in meals rather than leaving food available at all times. Although many owners of miniature or toy poodles in particular give their dogs table scraps, resist those pleading eyes. You'll create a finicky eater. He'll turn up his nose at dog food, which is healthier for him. Keep your poodle in good shape by measuring his food and feeding him twice a day rather than leaving food out all the time. If you're unsure whether he's overweight, give him the eye test and the hands-on test. First, look down at him. You should be able to see a waist. Then place your hands on his back, thumbs along the spine, with the fingers spread downward. You should be able to feel but not see his ribs without having to press hard. If you can't, he needs less food and more exercise. For more on feeding your poodle, see our guidelines for buying the right food, feeding your puppy, and feeding your adult dog. Poodle coat color and grooming. The poodle is a non-shedding breed, and a good choice for people with allergies. Many allergic people are able to keep a poodle with no reaction. The coat comes in many colors, including blue, black, white, gray, silver, brown, café au lait, apricot, and cream. The hair is curly, wiry, and dense, and this unique texture can be trimmed, clipped, groomed, shaved, and otherwise manipulated into all kinds of fanciful shapes. If your dog is going to compete in the show ring, however, you can't go too wild with the styling. The American Kennel Club allows 4 specific clip styles for poodles in conformation competitions. Grooming a poodle isn't for the faint of heart. Poodles are high-maintenance dogs. He requires regular grooming, every 3 to 6 weeks, sometimes more often, to keep the coat in good condition. If you are considering a poodle, consider the upkeep of the coat and expense of grooming. Don't be scared, though. There are many ways to style the coat for easier care. In fact, many owners simply shave it off. That said, easy care doesn't mean without care. Even when clipped short, your poodle will need to be brushed, bathed, and trimmed every 3 to 6 weeks, sometimes more often, to keep the coat clean, short, and tangle-free. Most owners pay a professional groomer, but if you're dedicated and have the time, you can learn to groom your poodle yourself. You'll need a good set of electric clippers and blades, a quality pair of scissors, brush, comb, toenail trimmer, and a good how-to-grooming book or video. There are many on the market just for poodle owners. Even if you let a professional handle the complicated stuff, your poodle needs daily brushing. Because poodles don't shed like other breeds, loose hair collects in the coats, and unless it's brushed out daily, the hair will mat very quickly. If you like this video, please like, comment about your thoughts on this, subscribe and click the bell icon for further notifications.